For more on this rapidly escalating humanitarian crisis in Zimbabwe, we turn to Andrew Meldrum, senior editor at Global Post, who reported from Zimbabwe for more than 20 years. He joins us from Boston tonight. Mr. Meldrum, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Martin.
Let's take a step back for a moment. Who is Robert Mugabe, and how did he cause this humanitarian catastrophe in Zimbabwe?
Well, Robert Mugabe was really the leader who brought Zimbabwe to independence and majority rule back in 1980. He was a Liberation War hero that ended white minority Rhodesian rule. But over the past 28 years that he has ruled, it became clear that he was not so much for democracy and for the majority of the people in Zimbabwe as he was for his own power. And as in the past few years, as his power has been challenged, he has held on with an increasingly vicious and unaccountable regime that has really neglected the basic functions of government, which has seen, for instance, this cholera outbreak.
And how desperate is the situation now?
Oh, it's very desperate. The hospitals, many major hospitals have closed because the government no longer pays the staff, it no longer has medicines, so people can't go to hospitals for treatment. They can no longer get clean water from piped areas. People have to go and buy bottled water because piped water is no longer available. So this is a very desperate situation indeed.
Well, we have President Bush today, we had Secretary of State Rice previously, British Prime Minister Gordon Brown, Kenya's Prime Minister, all calling for Mugabe to step down. Will he, or will it take some sort of intervention from African countries?
Robert Mugabe has become inured to the statements that we've heard from Western leaders such as George Bush or Gordon Brown in the UK. But when African leaders criticize Robert Mugabe, that strikes at his legitimacy as an African leader. And for the Kenyan Prime Minister Raila Odinga to say Robert Mugabe must leave office now, and for him to say that if necessary, African troops must go in to unseat Mugabe, or if necessary, the United Nations should send troops in to unseat Robert Mugabe, that really is a blow against Robert Mugabe, and we can expect other African leaders to follow.
Andrew Meldrum with Global Post, thank you very much for your insights today.
Thank you.